The thing that I find so impressive about these ladies is skiing is hard at all. Austin, have you ever skied?
I used to ski back when I had two human knees,
Ah,
and I found it tiring but invigorating, and I liked the outfits. Although the winter sort of clothing
mm-hmm.
parts of skiing,
Yeah,
like the thermal thongs,
yeah.
I found constricting.
The
Uh,
thongs can be problematic indeed. So yes, that is a good thing to point out. You know, I tried skiing one time.
mhm.
Snow skiing, water skiing is another story, and we don't need to talk about that incident.
Not legally. We should definitely avoid it where possible.
Nah, this is an official X Games live stream watch party type
Mhm.
situation, and I don't want to talk about that situation.
All
It
right.
wasn't pretty, let me just say that. Um, when I did try snow skiing, though, I found it cold, of course.
Very.
The
Yeah.
boots are the most uncomfortable thing ever.
Harder to disco in than you'd imagine.
Much harder, much harder. Just unpleasant. It felt like my leg was trapped kind of in a bear trap.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
these gals put them on willingly every day
Yeah.
and go out and
You
do
know,
this.
The women's ski slopestyle is
Hmm.
actually much more technically challenging
Hmm.
event than the men's ski slopestyle,
Oh,
as the women are required to do the whole thing backwards and in heels.
yeah, yeah. And that, I don't think that's fair. And I think we should write a strongly worded letter to whoever came up with that. Okay?
Yeah,
It's not right. Um,
agreed.
the other thing that I noticed about skiing is that I fell down a lot.
Hmm.
Just pretty
Technically,
much.
that's the goal.
Yeah, I guess these ladies are falling. They're just doing it way better than I do. I just kind of immediately went over, like into the
But,
snow, and
there's
then
something to be said for efficiency.
yeah, it kind of was done from that point on, and then I had to figure out how to get back up, and who boy, that's not even possible, as it turns out. So I don't know what kind of magical amulets these gals are wearing under their little snowsuits, but surely they've got to have one because I just can't think of another way that you would do it. Doesn't make sense.
Nor should it. This is clearly all AI. This is deep fake generated. This isn't something human beings can, would, or should do.
Right.
And, as you know, I do enjoy lying and
Hmm.
convincing people of things that aren't true.
Sure.
Uh,
Absolutely.
so, given that, and now that people can hear things I say again, can I redo the rules, the whole thing?
Yes, please explain the rules of this competition to everyone while we look at these adorable baby pictures.
So
Just,
cute.
it's a real cute baby. But tell us the rules. How does this event work?
Okay, so I looked this up on the Google machine,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is top-notch fact right here.
This is true.
Women's ski slopestyle is a classic winter X Games competition
Mm-hmm.
where competitors they do ski
Mm-hmm.
from way at the scary top of the ski rink,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they fall
Yeah.
as fancy as they can without breaking anything,
Yeah.
right? All the way down, and it ends at the line for the bathroom
That's right. And I
at
think
the
we're seeing the
bottom.
line for the bathroom right here. These people seem really excited
Hmm.
about
Yeah,
eventually getting to pee. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And at that point, they get three runs,
Mm-hmm.
which, fun fact, they actually use skis. They do not run.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got that name.
It's weird.
Uh, but after three runs, the judge will give them a score,
Mm-hmm.
which is neat,
Yeah.
based on several factors like astrological sign,
Yes.
creative use of swear words,
Mm-hmm.
and this year's competition, the competitors, they look intense this year.
They
I'm
do.
very much looking forward to it. Are you a big
Yeah.
X Games fan?
I love watching the X Games. I know very little about it, but I think what I like about it is I like when they I believe the kids refer to it as catch big air. I find that exciting when they do like a big jump and then they're just
Hmm.
like in the air, like kind of look like this. I like that
Yeah,
part where they twirl around in the air and you're like, oh, what are they even doing
they
up there? That part's cool.
they
Here
are
comes another
so
one.
wiggly.
This is God, like, doesn't that look so hard? I mean, I feel like I know you have a bionic knee now. I feel like if I
Mhm.
tried this, one of my knees would just snap in half
Yeah,
immediately.
the
First jump.
components of the human body that these people, I guess, buy at Costco or in bulk that
Yeah,
must be needed to do this
yeah,
are in friggin' sane.
yeah.
Look,
They have
no, that's
Kirkland
not a
brand
thing.
cartilage in a bucket, and they just shove some in there with a putty knife after
Oh,
every competition, just to keep things nice and lubricated in there. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
yeah, they just back these competitors up to basically an Iron Maiden of cartilage once they're done and
Right.
refill them
Yeah.
because that is used the F up.
Right. Exactly. I think that they got that idea from like the X-Men movie
Oh,
when
that explains the name.
they did like the
Yeah.
adamantium skeleton thing, but this
Mm.
time they did something that made him a little more bendy instead of the metal thing, because I don't know that the metal thing would do you much good here. Let's see. So we got Julia Tano just finished her first run of 3. Okay. So this is exciting. We're whipping through these first runs. Let's see who we got here next. We got Sarah Heflin from Geneva, Switzerland.
Ooh, lovely. That's
Yeah.
fun. I like that the big X Games logo is everywhere. So that's going to really help these competitors not get lost on their way to the competition.
Yes.
Very good.
You've got to have good signage with a competition like this. Everyone knows that.
It's so important.
It is. It
And
truly
the
is.
X Games, they've been around for a long time at this point, and
Yeah.
I've been watching the X Games since they started. Right. Of course, back then it was a long time ago, and back then they were called the 10 Games.
Yes. Hmm.
No.
Yeah, those were back in the Roman times, I think, right?
Yes.
You've been
very
around
much
for a
so.
minute. You've been around. Look
Yeah.
at this one right here. She's so casual. She just
Ugh.
looks like she's been born doing this. Which, if she's from Switzerland, they got some nice powder over in Switzerland. That's what they call snow over there.
Oh, we
And
call it cocaine.
no, that's different. That's at the after party. But I mean,
Very much so.
just looking like this isn't bothering her at all. This
No,
isn't
they look
stressing her
like
out.
they look like the most glorious, smooth flying birds that
Yes.
somebody ever tied 2 sticks to and chucked off a mountain.
Exactly. I wonder who came up with the idea of, hey, I'm gonna strap some boards to your feet. Let's see what happens. Like, how much booze do you think was involved in the initial test run of that?
For the person who strapped the sticks to themselves or the person that strapped them to that person, I think the person with the sticks on them,
Yeah.
way more booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe
You know,
the person that came up with the idea to strap the sticks onto the feet probably got the other person to do a few drinks first before they put the prototype skis on their feet. That's
Mhm.
that's just what I'm thinking.
It's definitely the way to go. The original sticks were just full trees,
Yeah.
and they were surprisingly good. They were just very not cost effective.
Yeah. Bumpy ride on the way down, though.
Very much so.
You got to kind of take a planer to those guys and just sort of shave off a little bit of flatness there. Really makes things easier. Now, here I'm noticing, okay, there is somebody going behind this person with a camera. I can see their reflection or their shadow in the snow
Yeah.
there.
Stalkers are a huge problem for these athletes. They're very famous, and the paparazzi, the stalkers, it's hard for them to avoid them.
Yeah, and I understand the dedication of these athletes who practice day in and day out. But imagine being a paparazzi and saying, you know what, I'm going to be a ski slopestyle paparazzi. Okay, that is a whole new level of skill that you got to come up with. You can't just be casually good at skiing, because you're going to be going downhill real fast. And you got to keep up with them. So you got to actually be kind of good at it. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Well, the classic training method, as I understand from watching John Cusack movies for downhill skiers, the mantra is go that way real fast.
Yeah.
And if something gets in your way, turn.
Yeah. And that's terrific advice that I think we can see these competitors really using a lot.
Yeah, many of them are turning without anything getting in their way, which is a very new development, and I like it.
I think it's great. I think it's great. John Cusack did not envision that when he initially gave that advice. And then backwards. I like when they go backwards.
Oh, that's so cool.
This gal's going backwards.
Do you think that's on purpose?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like, you know, when you're at the skating rink and you want to impress a girl, and so you like skate backwards for a little bit, and she's like, oh, I think it's that kind of thing. They're peacocking a little bit.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell actually a lot about the personality of the individual athletes based on the direction of the spin that they do in the spinny air thing.
Oh, yeah?
Lefty loosey, righty tighty is how you judge that.
Right. And I think, you know, here, of course, we were in the Northern Hemisphere. We saw a competitor from New Zealand earlier. I think they are required to spin the opposite direction. So
it's both physics and a regulation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got...
Is this a good time to mention that we do have the chat going, and we are here to take your questions and your inevitable abuse in the chat at any time.
Absolutely. Please chat us. Let us know who's here. Say hi. Let's see. Who do we got here? We got... I missed the name, but... wow. Again, just so much backwards. There's a lot of backwards going on. I mean...
it's so impressive to watch. Because in the few times I did ski, it took all I could do to go forward without breaking my ass.
Right.
Which I did as well.
Yeah. I went down the bunny slope, and I found that bunny slope to be very steep for me.
Extraordinarily so.
Yeah.
Probably at least as steep as what we're seeing here. I remember it that way.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like if I pointed my skis directly downhill, that I would start going pretty fast, and I wasn't really comfortable with that. Unlike these ladies, who seem to have no problem with it, and even, dare I say, like it?
I mean, it does seem to be something they're actually trying to do, rather than panicking because they realize they can't stop from doing.
Right. I think that we would just handle that a little bit differently.
Given half a chance, yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Now, that last run we watched, I'm a little concerned because the contestant did completely fail to keep their skis on the ground, and I think that's probably going to cost them some coins.
Yeah, that's judges will have to see what they say about that. Sometimes they get their feathers a little ruffled by things like that.
What a shame. I mean, they're trying so hard out there.
Yeah, look at these. Look at how high up they have to go. I mean, my gosh.
That is just zing, absolutely zing. All right.
I'm wondering when they bring out the Zamboni to kind of smooth it out. Is that coming soon, do you think, or do they wait till the end to do that?
I don't know if the Zamboni can do all the big air tricks.
Okay.
But
it'd be a lot cooler if it could.
I want to see that X Games competition so very, very badly now.
Yeah, the Zamboni one.
I'm willing to Venmo anyone at the X Games an upwards of $7.50 right now. That's $7.50.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Guys, we demand it. We have to have a Zamboni competition.
Get in the comments.
We've got Anastasia Tadalina doing run 2 of 3. So let's see what she can do here. She's got a real big jacket on. Looks nice and warm and cozy in there. And she is from Russia. So, you know, they have some snowy conditions over there for her to practice on, which is great.
It's impressive that none of them have impaled themselves or anyone else with those I believe they're called ski sticks.
Yes.
They're ski sticks?
Ski sticks.
Yeah.
Yes. Pointy little ski sticks.
I would have lost a tooth to those by now, just getting off the ski lift.
Sure.
Yeah.
They got a real nice view up there. It's too bad that they can't see it because they're spinning around trying not to vomit, but we can see it, and it's really beautiful.
Andrea, do you think any of these competitors know that their parking is not going to be validated?
You know, I think they try to not tell them until the end because they don't want to throw them off their game, right? They want them focused, laser focused. So it comes as kind of a nasty surprise towards the end of these things. I feel like they should tell people well in advance, but that's not how they play it apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it might be more. That's the kind of thing you'd tell somebody on a speed-based run, because that'll get you to the bottom real quick. Like you're about to be towed, so off you go.
Like maybe as they're going through that second jump, you just like, your parking's not going to be validated, get down there, and then just see if that helps kind of spur them on a little bit faster.
Let's hit them up in the comments, see what happens.
All right, you got Rel Harwood here doing her second run. Currently in 5th place, so trying to make a dent there. Here's a question for you. The blue lines in the snow, what do you think that substance is?
It looks like that foam, those foam mats they put down in gymnasiums, so I'm going to say that. It seems athletic-y to me, and these seems like athletic-y people because they can do all these, things with their bodies and then they don't destroy them. So they must be athletic-y. Yeah, foam mat, definitely. Could be insulation.
See, I'm kind of thinking that it's some leftover coconut-based drinks from Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville that they just kind of poured to make the lines.
Right, I bet it is. That would make the most sense. Like they were skiing down, somebody poured one of their blue curacao drinks out for the homies.
For the
like
homies.
Like you do. And boom, mogul.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what they used to make those little blue lines.
That is delicious sounding. I love it. Plus, it'd make for a lovely, tasty treat for the competitors on their way down.
Right. As you're going down, you just kind of, get the little stabby ski pole thingy, and scoop up a little bite of that, and then you have a little snow cone as you're.
That's lovely. Maybe they got the little paper cones in their back pocket.
Yeah.
And extra points for a treat.
Exactly. I like that idea. Okay, let's talk about these overalls. Okay, these overalls are serious business. They look very sturdy. She looks like she could go fly fishing in these. She could go, bear hunting in the mountains. Lot of practical uses beyond just skiing for those overalls. I don't know who the manufacturer is of that fine product, but they're making some sturdy stuff.
As an old, I don't like baggy pants on teenagers. Ooh. I don't think anyone should be wearing baggy pants or skateboarding, and they should all get off my lawn.
Hot take on a cold day. Yeah. Okay.
At least they have the good sense to pull them up.
This is true. These guys they don't want to get too cold, so they like to keep them nice and high. We got Ruby Star Andrews here doing her second run, currently in 8th place. She's got a lot of ground to cover, so my advice to her would be, if she has those little like jet boots, kind of
those in movies.
little jet thingies like on the bottom of her ski boots, now would be the time to kind of push the red button to really get those, zooming up into the air as she
Oh, look at that trick. That I think they call that a side cheek pincher with a 7 radian delta. It's a very difficult trick. She's going to pick up some real good points for that one.
Not happy with that performance. I think that
that
third run is really going to be important for her. So
I think she lost a contact lens, and that is going to be hard to find.
That's why you got to wear these goggles. We got Olivia Aslan going down for her second run now in 6th place. She also has some ground to make up. Looks like Tesla 2 is in number 1. So if she wants to catch her fine Frenchy friend, she's got some work to do over these next couple runs. The rails. The little rails, I feel like that's not something that you encounter on a normal ski slope. So I've never really understood why they do them here. It gives me notes of skateboard. What do you think? Why do we have these rails here?
Well, as a dude who has seen both America's Funniest Home Videos and the internet in general, the idea of rails and jumping on them scares me, because there is only one inevitable result if I were to try it. I don't know if it's less scary for the non-doodliest of people.
I'm pretty freaked out by the idea.
I can't imagine it sounds fun.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't sound like anything I'm in a rush to try. So.
But it is nice that these runs are ADA compliant.
Yes, it is. They have ramps, so if you are, if you need that, there's a lot of that, and then you could have a really fun time. There are actually, I think, some events, not in the X Games, not in the Winter X Games certainly, but I have seen some events before with like a wheelchair ramp jumping thing, and it was super cool.
Wow, that's got to hurt your back.
Yeah.
Ow. I've hurt myself sitting down. I can't imagine sitting down on a jump.
Yeah.
That would just compress my spine into, my ass.
It would be difficult.
Brave people. Very brave. Or insane. Brave and or insane.
Exactly. Let's see, we got Julia Tano coming down right now. She seems to be doing pretty well. She's in second place. And she's just going backwards into the big air right there. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Just makes it look so easy, That's what's frustrating, is they can just make it look so easy. It doesn't look hard for them at all. How do they do that?
I think they practice these. A lot of these are derived from very creative ways of trying to walk out a wedgie.
Yep.
And I'm going to give some of these a try next time I'm downtown strutting it with my winter thong.
Yeah, you should. I think you can definitely pull this off.
The fleece lining is a real mixed bag.
Yeah. It can be itchy sometimes. She gets so high, and then she's grabbing onto the bottom of her ski there for a second.
That helps hold them on.
Yeah. I guess if you don't want to just
adjusting the tension on her boot.
Yeah.
Very technical.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Screw that little screw in there.
Uh-huh.
She seems pretty happy with that.
This can be an emotional sport. I mean, you get all the way down to the bottom and you're thinking about, how was my run? Oh my God, I lived. Oh my God, I'm alive. How am I alive? Also, I think I really pulled off that trick.
Right, exactly. It's you go through the whole full range of emotions. I think if we were there, just be the one emotion, which is primarily fear, and that would be kind of all we would have to offer. But these gals, they're going through the whole thing. Oh, yeah. She seemed like she was having some big feelings there.
Yeah.
All right.
Big air, big feelings. That is the T-shirt for this year's X Games.
So, Austin, there is a new event this year, and I was going to see if you know about it. It's called the Knuckle Huck.
Oh, sure.
Any idea what a Knuckle Huck is?
I do, but not in this context.
Okay, gotcha.
I met some very exciting folks on a trip to Spain once, and it cost me everything I have, but I know what a knuckle huck is in a back alley in Spain. Okay. And it's about the equivalent of $50.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I think this is different. This has something to do with snow. Snow is involved.
No, that would have been nice, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
Bit of a relief.
Not that.
Did not do that.
Not that. Okay, gotcha. All right.
A lot of that Spanish chorizo, which I do prefer to the stuff we get here in Texas.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, we should mention that we are coming to you guys live from Austin, Texas. There is no snow here at all. There hasn't been for a while. I don't know of any coming in the foreseeable future. So really, in terms of expertise around this event, we just have so little, and I just want to stress that nothing you hear here should be taken as something that you should do, something that you should base your life around. We really are just having fun. Normally, for anybody who might be watching us, who doesn't normally watch us, we normally cover political news, along with, business news, tech news, entertainment news, and then really silly news. And we got really tired of the political news stuff because it's exhausting frankly. And so we decided, let's just do something fun, let's just have fun, let's relax, let's just enjoy ourselves. And, the X Games are on this weekend. There's football on too, but we don't care. This is way more fun, way more interesting. It's so easy to be a fan of the X Games because it's just like fun and delightful and cool. And, the outfits I think are better, cooler hats.
By far.
Yeah, this is just strictly for fun, and we're having a good time. Just watching.
And unlike watching politics, there are people I root for
right.
in the X Games.
Exactly. Exactly. Any one of these ladies, if they win, I'm going to be so excited for them. I'm not going to feel like that my life is going to change. I hope that theirs does. And also, if any of them wanted to run for office, the woman from France, the woman from Switzerland, like, bring them on, like maybe they've got some ideas we haven't heard. Let's try it out. I don't think they could mess it up any worse.
Unlike at least some of our local Texas politicians, they got off the plane, saw snow, and didn't immediately get back on the plane and go to Cancun.
Exactly. They stayed here because they're dedicated and they're okay with wearing those giant, uncomfortable ski boots all the time, which is, not the way that I feel about them. So we've got all 8 of our competitors here. I believe, I think they have all finished their second runs at this point and are about to go to their third runs, but we'll see. Oh, okay. We're going to do a little montage action here, okay?
Sweet. I love a montage.
I love a montage, too. This is very well edited. Our shout-outs to the editors for this montage. That's the other one that I like, is that like half pipe kind of thing that they do, like with the snowboards. That's a fun one, too. I don't know what that one's called, but I love watching it every time it comes on.
I hope it's called the half pipe.
Yeah, that seems like what they would call it, right? That's what they call it in skateboarding. So
that's what I called it when I knew people who skateboarded when I was a teen.
Yeah.
On lawns, baggy pants.
Right.
Down around my damn knees.
Yeah.
Probably smoking the devil's cabbage.
And you still had both the knees intact at that point.
My original knees, yes, they were lovely.
Yeah.
Matched set.
Yeah, those are, now you got an aftermarket kind of setup.
I got the original salt shaker, but the pepper shaker's new.
Terrific. Sometimes you got to do a little replace there. All right, let's see. Looks like maybe we're about to start doing some more runs. Look at that. The GoPro footage is really incredible.
I am there for that. It is such a fun angle to, like, you get to watch along with them. You can't hear their screams, but it's there. It has to be there. The terror they must be experiencing in these moments.
All right, Sarah Heflin from Switzerland is coming on down, currently in 5th place. And she's the one that's got the big sturdy overalls on. And
those are lovely, and she can go straight to work in the sawmill from here.
Exactly. And she's efficient. The Swiss are an efficient people, and that's how she rolls.
Slides.
Not runs. Can't run down here, even though it's called a run. Yeah,
this must have started out as a horrible, horrible mistake somebody was in the middle of making and survived it. And suddenly it's a sport.
Yeah, and they just were like, this feels cool. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe we'll see what happens next time. I like how they stop, where they just kind of turn sideways and just like shower you with snow. I think that's cool.
It's very cool looking.
Yeah, it does look super duper cool.
Let's see. I don't know if everyone can see it, but yes, she does have toilet paper stuck to her ski, which is going to add some technical points to the whole run.
Yes. That's going to add a little bit of drag on her as she gets into the air, and so overcoming that, it just makes it all the more impressive. So
it does make the landings more absorbent.
For sure. And luckily that snow isn't interfering at all. Excuse me, we got Tesla 2 going down from the fine nation of France. She is making her people proud today by being currently in first place. We'll see if she can hold on to that lead. Doing a great job with these rails. Just got no problem with those rails. I wonder how many of these people also skateboard, because that rail thing I feel like really begins in the skateboarding world, and it seems like there's a lot of crossover here between those two sports. So I'm wondering how many of them do that.
I wonder, they might be required to, eventually you've got things strapped to your feet or under your feet, and you want them, say, longer.
Yeah.
Or to have less wheels on them.
Sure.
And then maybe attached to your lower leg with unbreakable things that will definitely survive more than your bones will.
Sure. Yeah, that part is important. Those skis look pretty frosty. Not sure how they got that way. That's a mystery.
Man, it is really impressive. I'm glad we're doing this year. This is a hoot. I do like watching the X Games.
This is fun.
Unlike watching curling in the Olympics, I am certain I can't do this.
All right, we got Mathilde Grimaud from Switzerland. A couple of Swiss ladies here having some fun. Let's see. She is not currently in the top 6. She is in 7th. So this has got to be basically the best run of her entire life. Otherwise, I don't think it looks very good for her getting a medal here at the X Games. But that being said, she's still way better at this than we are. So if she feels bad about it later, we should call her and we should tell her, hey, you're kicking our ass,
Totally. She's going to want to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, this is a great moment to pause and thank one of our sponsors for the show today, Gravity.
Yes.
Gravity. Get down with it.
That's right. That's right. Gravity doing a lot of hard work at this competition. Just as much.
It's got a lot of pull in this, yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of pull. Really, Gravity acting like a force of nature on these ladies, who are themselves forces of nature. So let's see. I think she's still on her second run here. Okay, so she's still got some time to pull it out on that third run, but I don't know if this one helped her enough. We'll see. Okay, 85.66. Actually it did. That helped her a lot. She is now in 3rd place. Look at that. Okay.
Solid run. Very solid.
Good job, miss. Way to just get out there and kick some booty with your giant ski boots. I love it.
A lot of these tricks look like they would be very, very difficult without skis or snow.
Yeah, I mean, can you picture just doing this, barefoot or in roller skates? It seems like it would be a lot harder.
Yeah, you're just there standing at the top of a grassy mountain and you start falling and suddenly rail.
Right.
I imagine your choices would be different.
Yeah, probably a little bit different setup for you there. They make this whole entire village at the X Games. It's very impressive. They bring in all of this infrastructure, and there's we got flags, we got looks like there's some padding in some certain places in case you smash into stuff. And
God for that.
They've managed to keep the trees off to the sides so those don't get in the way. That would really complicate matters, I think. Yeah,
the trees are known to be difficult for a lot of these sorts of events.
Downright problematic for a downhill skiing event. All right, we have got our Russian friend Anastasia Tadalina going down for number 3, currently in 5th place. So some ground to make up here. And let's see what she can do here. I mean, to me, it looks like she's doing pretty good, but, hard to tell since I have zero expertise at all whatsoever.
Well, I think we can just call it as really good.
Yeah.
I don't believe the folks at X Games are going to be coming after us with knives and bats. But if they are, I'm willing to Venmo someone another $750 to be assaulted by X Games commentators for literally no reason except personal gratification.
You're just doling out less than $10 bills like they're
I found a 20
today.
on the ground the other day.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Super good. Somebody is making rent this month. And it ain't me.
All right, so that looked like a decent run. Let's see. Rel Harwood currently in 6th, run 3 of 3 in the works. Now she has a very coordinated ensemble here. She's got, black helmet, black outfit. She's, I like that she coordinated her outfit. She really thought about the color palette story that she was trying to tell. She really wanted to be easy to see in all of this snow, and I think she's pulled that off beautifully.
She has a bit of a statement piece in her belt. You don't get a great look at it, but it does just sort of shine through every now and again, and really excellent choices made here today.
Yes.
I don't know who she's wearing, but nicely done.
Very nicely done. Hopefully there is a red carpet somewhere where we can find out those sorts of details. Right now they seem to really be focusing on this sort of skiing bit, but hopefully later on we can get some more insights into the outfits. The goggles, also black with a little silver, or is that white maybe, on the sides. Just overall a very coordinated setup here, and her hair looks great. It's got that kind of windblown thing that happens when you go down a ski slope really fast and the wind kind of blows at it. So she's really bringing that.
It's got kind of a 90s throwback with a bit of a Jinkos look in the pants.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. The Jinkos, I hope nobody got rid of all of their Jinkos, because they're coming back.
They have to be. They were fashion's highest moment.
They gotta come back. Okay, Rel Harwood, currently in 4th place. That is her last run. That's her last chance. She's not getting a medal here today, but darn it, she looks pretty good, and she's skiing a lot better than either one of us, and probably most of our viewers. So we're going to give her that. We're going to give her big hand for holding it down on those fronts.
Yeah, this is the 3rd run, so the last chance any of these competitors have in this particular X Games, and I have it on good authority that if any of them had thought to, instead of going straight down the hill, as one would generally think, if they turned around, they would have found a secret room where they could have unlocked a free life and 6 gold coins.
Everybody's so focused on just getting down the hill.
You gotta check those beginning of level just tricks.
Yeah. That's a shame that they all missed out on that.
You can go with a lot bigger tricks if you have a free life to go fall back on.
That's true. I think one thing that would really spice this event up is if they had kind of some gold coins sort of dangling over the course that you could jump up and whoom, whoom.
Yeah.
That's the sound effect for it. So let's see. First up, we've got Tesla de Juliana Tano and Mathilde Grenot. Looks like our 2 ladies from Switzerland there in 2nd and 3rd place, and our French lady is in 1st place. So that region of Europe seems to be producing some pretty good skiers, as it turns out.
They not only have excellent snow, but excellent hills, mountains, and high-quality gravity in Switzerland. Also the chocolate.
Absolutely. Yeah, the chocolate is not hurting at all. I think that you've got a lot of Alp going on in the French and the Swiss regions that really kind of helps prepare you for this Aspen terrain. Look at this jump. That is a great big jump right there.
Man, she's got to feel proud of that. I hope they all feel very proud of just destroying their knees when they're young. Just getting it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to wait and do it later. That's no fun. You got to really just knock out every drop of cartilage that you got ASAP.
Just mangle them.
It's the only thing to do. And she's doing a beautiful job here. Those landings, she looks like she was a little slippy there for a second, but she pulled it back.
Andrea, I don't know if you saw it, but our competitor here just managed to go off our celebrity sponsored rail, Rail Leota. It's a terrific one, and that's going to win her a VHS copy of Goodfellas.
Terrific.
She's going to really enjoy that later.
She is going to be so excited about that. She's going to need that because she's in 7th place. So she's she's going to need a little pick-me-up, and Goodfellas is an excellent choice.
Fine film, fine soundtrack.
We've got Olivia Aslan making her way down the third round. She is from Canada, I believe. And, plenty of snow up in Canada. Those people know how to deal with snow, I tell you what.
I mean, they are scary people. Like 90% of the population is lined up right on our northern border, along with several, at least, mooses.
Yes.
And I, for one, feel the pressure of that day in and day out.
Sure, yeah.
I've lost sleep.
Especially down here in Texas. Okay, we're going to take a little break for a commercial. Let's see. That was kind of right in the middle. All right. Let's see if we can skip that. Get back to actual X gaming. Come on now.
For viewers who are wondering, here's a little context for you. A lot of the snow we're seeing here today is very cold.
Yeah. A lot of people don't expect it to be that cold, but it is indeed frozen water. So yeah, that's what we're working with here.
That is nuts. Yeah. In Texas, we read about this sort of thing, but that kind of, it's nonsense, and we won't be having it around here.
We're not going to experience any of this, no. All right, Julia Tano, currently in second place, making run 3 of 3. So let's see if she can do well enough to unseat Madame Ledoux, currently in first place.
Do you think the skills they gain from this are helping them in other careers or aspects of their life? Like, how do you apply the skills learned in truly mastering ski slopestyle?
I think that when you are driving over some railroad tracks, you want to, there's a lot of ways that you could mess up your car by doing that. But these ladies know, they've got that experience with gravity. They know exactly how much push to get it to really bounce all the way over. And so I think that's probably the primary way that they're using these skills outside of just the whole ski career thing. What about you? Where do you think they're using those?
Crime fighting.
Crime fighting, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this has to be where you go with this. I've seen every James Bond movie that I know of.
Yeah.
And there is often ski crime fighting.
Sure.
And these folks are the next generation of it.
I wonder if all of these ladies are secretly spies, and this is just an elaborate ruse to engage in fighting some snow crime.
Dear God.
Like, this is somewhere nearby, there is a diamond heist going on right now, and they know that. And they are here creating a distraction so that the diamond heisters think they got away with it. But these ladies know what's up. As soon as they get to the bottom of the hill, right past that bathroom line, it's going to be handcuffs for those diamond heist people.
It is shocking how much of life is nothing more than an elaborate ruse to cover a diamond heist.
Amen. Freaking
turns out taxes don't actually pay taxes.
Oh.
Elaborate ruse, diamond heist.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very comforting.
Everyone out there, you don't need to pay your taxes. That's not a thing. Just don't do it. You'll keep more diamonds.
No, that makes way more sense now. Yeah, I thought the whole tax thing was confusing, so that's good. That's helpful. I'm glad we're giving people real world advice. Those are the medals there.
In a stealable case.
Exactly. These ladies.
That is where I would hide the diamonds.
Nobody's gonna steal these on their watch because they're here to make sure of that. All right. Here we have, who we got here?
Is this Tesla Ledoux?
I think.
With great name. Points for names.
Maybe she's taking a little, yeah, that's her. So she's in first place, run 3 of 3. It's hers to win. She's way ahead of everybody else right now, like by many points. Like,
I want to say she's playing it safe here, but I'm also looking at the things she's actually literally doing, and nothing about that seems safe.
No, this whole competition is extremely terrifying and dangerous.
Yeah, like she is way up in the air.
Yeah.
I was walking down some stairs once, and I forgot that there wasn't another stair at the end. So I took that big step and slammed my foot down.
Yeah.
And that is as exciting as I ever want to live.
Sure.
That was my big air.
Yeah.
And it hurt.
It's pretty painful. I'm wondering what they do for self-care after this event. You know, it seems like after you've been in the snow all day, you probably don't want to get into a tub full of ice water. So I'm thinking they probably, you know, it's probably more of like a hot tub type situation, maybe a lavender poultice, just to kind of, for some aromatherapy, sort of get that going.
Lavender is very calming.
Very, very calming, very soothing after a day like this, where, you know, there's tension, there's pressure, there is, you know, a lot of eyes on you from across the world. There's pictures to take on your cell phone. She's got to have a little, you know, text message moment there.
Well, she actually is not just doing this job today, she's also working her second job as a DoorDash delivery person. Her giant pants pockets are filled with deliveries that she is on her way to making. And, I hope somebody didn't order soup. That's not going to come out well.
No, I think if you want to order a burrito and have Mathilde Grimaud deliver that for you, that's probably a safer bet than any kind of, you know, tomato basil or chicken noodle or even a gumbo type situation. So
tip your door dashers well, people.
Yes.
X Games practice ain't cheap.
Exactly.
They have to pay for those gigantic pants.
Those pants don't come cheap. You gotta really pay extra to get the burrito pants, but they do it because they love it. All right, we are cheering on our team member down here. That's very friendly. Good sportsmanship, ladies. Well done. Oh, I like that we're hugging each other. I like that we're having a little moment at the bottom of the hill. This is nice, you know? I like it when the competitors get along. When they're all like, I'm not here to make friends, I hate that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, this is more Great British Baking Show than one of the American-style cooking shows.
Exactly. And I think if they want a cake plate at the end instead of the medal, that would probably be just as exciting.
Deeply confusing, but very exciting.
Sure. Paul Hollywood, if he showed up to this event, would fit right in with the hair. You would never see him sticking up from behind a snowbank, and he's got those ice blue eyes. Yeah.
Those piercing blue eyes.
Now,
right
Austin,
in my soul, Andrea.
I'm going to bring in a special guest, my cat, who is trying to get in here. So hold on.
Excellent. Wonderful. Yes. How did you let that cat in from the very sky itself, Andrea? I'm terrified. You're a witch, and you need to be burned at the stake.
This is Nico. She loves the X Games too, and she really wishes that I would put her down right now. Okay, you can go.
My executive producer / cat is over here stealing the good spot on the bed right now.
Hello, Charlie.
I mean the snowy hill that I am literally on.
Sure, yeah. No, we're definitely in the snow right now. Everybody knows that.
Very much so. You can't fake this with a Zoom virtual background.
No, not possible. All right, so it doesn't look like... hello. Here she is. She's back. Can you not step on the computer while I'm trying to live stream the X Games? That would be super duper. Thank you, Pumpkin. I love you. You're such a sweet kitty.
She's approaching the camera fakey.
Okay. She just wants to go lay over there in a sunbeam. I'm going to let her do that. All right. It looks like Tesla De has run away with this competition. She has earned herself the gold medal. She is doing a great job, and I think she's going to go back to France, and she is going to pop some champagne and drink a lot of it because she has earned it today. She did a really, really good job, but so did everybody. Austin, who was your favorite?
To everyone. After her second run, though, it really was all downhill for everyone.
This is true. Yeah, a lot of down direction going on today. Look, we're putting that medal on, but her helmet's in the way. Oh, we got to get a longer strap for the medals, you guys. Okay. A lot of stuff going on the top of her head.
Those are pretty kick-ass medal / hubcaps they're giving out this year.
They really are. I mean, Flavor Flav would be extremely proud right now to see the neckwear that is happening. All right. This is a very exciting moment for her. I think they said that she's like 22 or something like that. Like, when I think about what I was doing at the age of 22, it wasn't anything nearly this cool. Um, this is a pretty cool job to have, to be, an X Games competitor.
Yeah, at 22, I think I was slinging rental VHSs, and I could not afford things like scarves or warm clothes.
Right.
So good for them.
Yeah.
They are doing great out there.
Exactly. I think I had finally finished up college at that point, or no, I was pretty close to it at that point. But yeah, trying to get out into the world and get a real grown up job. And this our guidance counselor did not tell us about this option. So I might have gone with that. Had I lived somewhere that wasn't Texas, which again here completely devoid of snow, so I feel like it would have been difficult for me to get traction in this particular arena.
Let me ask you something a bit more in your college experience. I believe you talk a little French. As a French talkie,
Yeah.
what would one say en Frenchy to our victor today?
We would say félicitations, which means congratulations, and it's fun to say because it has a lot of syllables, and it's one of those words in French where there's not like a long string of vowels at the end that you just don't even say. There's a lot
They
of
have them
those.
there in reserve,
Yeah,
in case they have a word that starts with a vowel coming up next.
exactly.
You might need that.
A lot of vowels going on. All right, well, guys, that looks like it wraps up the women's ski slopestyle event. We are going to take off, let you enjoy the rest of the day. We hope you keep watching the X Games. You can live stream it on YouTube. You can live stream it on Twitch. There's a lot of people like us who are having these watch parties all around the country and around the world. So please do tune in, or you can tune in on the television, like a Neanderthal, if that's your deal. And, keep watching. It's way more fun than all the political stuff that's going on right now. We are going to be back next week with some new drink recipes. We're going to have some adorable baby animals for you to look at. We've got our regular podcast coming out on Wednesday, our regular Friday show coming out. So we are here to keep you entertained and sane throughout this entire campaign season. So if there's something that you want to see that'll help you chill out, please send us a message, let us know. Thank you for watching. Austin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for hosting all this. This was outstanding and a great non-politics, non-insanity thing to do with at least a small portion of my life, which I will forever be grateful for.
Exactly. All right. You guys stay warm out there. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.